Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 102 of FILA Sports Podcast, our weekly news and scores show. Just to let guys know, we're now on Spotify and Google Podcast as well. So go check us out as there, and your regular platforms as well: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, FILA Sports Podcast, as you many of you guys already know. And just to go ahead and get started on the scores from this week, starting off with the Atlanta Braves, they had a 5-2. Uh, they were 5-2 on the week if you include the resumption of the suspended game from July. We start off with Monday with 11-4 win over the Diamondbacks. Pitched 4 innings of 3 run, 5 hits, 2 strikeout balls. The Braves got on the board on top of the third thanks to Riley's double. The Diamondbacks scored 3 and in the bottom of the third thanks to a double and Noah's wild pitch. And top of the fifth, there were 4 straight doubles by Soler, Freeman, Albies, and Riley scored 3 runs, and then Duval hits a home run with Riley on base. A couple of Diamondbacks filled in errors, kept the innings alive, and 2 more runs scored. McCarthy hits a home run off of Richard Rodriguez, but Rosario home run in the ninth gets the run back, and Contreras scores on a wild pitch to wrap up the scoring. That was Monday's game, and going to Tuesday, it was a 6-1 win over the Diamondbacks again. The Braves throw a bullpen game. Chavez got the start, and there was Smiley pitches 3.1 innings, and then Webb, Matex, and Jackson and Minner finish it off. Riley had 2 runs, a home run on top of first. Albies 2-run home run on top of the third, and Soler solo home run on top of the fifth account for the long ball. Swanson's also singles and a run on top of the ninth as the Braves win 6-1. That was for Tuesday's game, and we go down to Wednesday, which was 9-2 win over the Diamondbacks again. Ian Anderson throws a gem, pitches 7 innings of 1 run, 2 hits, and 8 strikeout balls. Braves scored 3 hits, three on top of the first because of Duval and Riley's base running mishap and misshape and poor communication from the umps. Riley's hit a solo home run in the third, and Albies hit a home run in the fifth to make it 6-1. Martin struggle in the eighth, giving up a home run and then 2 more base runners, but Luke Jackson comes in and cleans it up. In the ninth, the Braves added on the Soler sac fly and Freeman 2-run home run. And on Thursday, it was a 6-4 loss against the Diamondbacks. Morton pitches 6 innings of 3 runs, 5 hits, 8 strikeout balls, and looked amazing. Braves have a 4-1 lead going into the seventh, thanks to a Riley 2-run home run, Albies double, and Swanson's sac fly. However, Snit brought him out for the seventh with 93 pitches already for some reason. 2 base runners got on, And then Jacob Webb comes in. Um, that was Thursday's game, which was a loss. Now going to Friday's first game, 6-5 lost. It was the resumed game against the Padres, which Duval hit a home run to tie it, and Will Smith gave up a home run to Tatis, and the Padres won. Um, Now going over to the second game, which was Friday as well, it was a 4-0 win over to the Padres. Max Fried throws a complete game shutout um, on only 98 pitches. Riley single in the first, Swanson 2-run home run in the second, and Duval with a single in the sixth um, to account for the scoring. Now going to Saturday's game, which was yesterday, which was a 10-8 win over the Padres in 10 innings. And Noah pitched 4.2 innings of 7 hit, 7-run ball. Braves tie the game 3-3 via two Riley singles and Alvy's single as well. The Padres hit a grand slam immediately following it in the sixth with a Jock Peterson double and Soler with a 3-run home run tied the game at 7. Um, and then the Padres came to score a run in the bottom of the inning and took a 1-run lead. And then down to their last strike of the game, Rosario hits a game tying it with a single, and it goes to extras. And the 10th inning, Soler's double and Alvy's score to combine the runs, and Will Smith looked excellent with a clean save. That was basically summing up the week that the Atlanta Braves had. Now going to MLS, Atlanta United had a game Saturday. This past Saturday against Philadelphia up in Chester. It was a 1-0 loss, which it seemed like it was a cheap loss, I guess you could say, because Brad Guzan saved basically Atlanta a lot of times. So, but like I said, a 1-0 didn't really reflect on what actually happened in the match. There was only 2 shots on goal throughout the 90 minutes, which, for Atlanta, having an offensive team, that's a pretty poor performance. Joseph Martinez didn't travel with the team, so he wasn't there, which now they're keeping it day to day. We don't know whether if he's going to be available um, for the midweek game against Miami this Wednesday coming up. But yeah, it's a tough loss for Atlanta United, given the fact that now they're sitting below the playoff line, sitting in the 8th spot, and basically, given the results that happened throughout this weekend, they could have easily been higher, like sitting in 4th place, 5th place. But it was a tough loss against Philadelphia. And now to wrap it up with the NFL and the Atlanta Falcons, they played earlier today up in New York against the Giants. Uh, it was a slow start offensively. It wasn't a comeback until late in the second half for the Atlanta Falcons, which ended up 17-14. Matt Ryan had over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, he's still, having solid performances, just everybody keeps on repeating it, week after week. They just need a better offensive line, but I mean, that's going to take time. And basically that was all the news for this week, wrapping it up. And we'll definitely be here. Any questions or any comments that you guys have, let us know. We got here. Hold on, let me see. Markeith Miller, it says Atlanta United's loss was tough, but I believe that they will bounce back. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel like, there was a lot of momentum going for Atlanta United against, Philly, but for some reason there was just no, like, the sequence and the passing just wasn't right. Like, it wasn't fluid. There was no spark in that offense, basically. And I mean, you just hope to see that, you see that Atlanta United offensive team against Miami, and they're really gonna need that win. I mean, it's coming down to the point where, I mean, one loss can literally get you out of the playoffs, and you don't want to have to come down to the last game of the season and have to not only rely on your result, but rely on other results that play on your favor as well. So that's why, like I said, it really was critical yesterday for Atlanta to get those 3 points and basically move higher up and not have to rely, like I said, on other results. But it is what it is, man. I mean, just hope that at the end of it, we're in the playoff and we're able to make something happen out of it. So, like I said, guys, if any comments or anything, let us know. Don't forget FILA Sports Podcast on YouTube, um, now on Spotify and Google Podcasts. So just hit us up, any questions or anything, and we'll be glad to answer anything or any concerns. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.